Hi, it's Susan from Sunrise Quilt Studio. Today I'm starting work on the Hawaiian quilt. I've got it on the machine and it's all stabilized and ready to go. And I'm going to start the quilting on it. So I'm going to show you a bit of footage of that process. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is to choose the thread. And what I've decided for this quilt is to change threads in the different blocks. I have different colors in it because there is such a difference in the color. It's not like these all blend together. They're contrasting. So I'm going to use this yellow. This is called Daisy. It's by Signature and it's their 100% cotton line. And then I'm going to use a different color for the green sections and a different color for the fuchsia sections. And then of course I'll use white in the areas that have the white fabric. So instead of changing thread for each row, I'm going to load the machine with, like I'll start with yellow. I'm going to do all the yellow first, all the way throughout the quilt, and then I will switch colors and do another one. But I want to start with the yellow because I want to make sure the design I've chosen is going to work well in this quilt. The feather design and the swirl design is going to be moderate to probably moderate density. What I had planned on doing in the yellow sections in the big block in the 6-inch square is a little less dense. So what I'm planning on doing is using this first block as a test. And I figure if this doesn't come out dense enough, it's going to be easiest to rip this out. So but I think I've come up with a solution. So anyway, I'm going to do this first, and then I'm going to do an entire block first before I go through the whole quilt, and then I will decide to use, like, maybe do all the yellow first, then all the fuchsia, and then all the green, then all the white. So we'll see how it goes. But right now I'm going to change thread colors. I'm going to do the yellow first in this block to kind of get that out of the way. So I'm going to go ahead and change my bobbin. Right now it has the white thread in it, and I am using signature threads in this so far. I haven't chosen the green and the fuchsia yet, but the white and the yellow is a signature thread, and then they're both 100% cotton, so we'll go from there. And originally for the block design I had decided to do my spacing at a 3-inch mark, and now I've changed my mind and I'm going to do it at 2 inches. So I need to find my ruler, and instead of marking it at 3 inches, I'm going to mark it 2 inches. And we'll see if this will be enough. Now if you want to do this without, quilting on your quilt, all you have to do is do a paper pattern and draw it out and see if that'll work for you. But I am going to kind of break tradition here, and I'm just going to use, I'm just going to quilt it in. So we will see. And I'm trying to decide, okay, I need to compare because I'm thinking I might want to change this. Yeah, I do. Okay, what I want to do is remark my points because I want my wide point to be here instead of up here. So I'm going to switch these around, and this first one I may get confused. But depending on where you put your points, where you start your wide point, will determine on which way these wedges face. So okay, so what I want, we originally had it, the wedge would go like this, but I actually want it to go like this. To me, that makes more sense. It's just the way my brain works. And what I usually do is wind several bobbins, but I've only got that partial bobbin at the moment. Just because I want to get in here and get this tested and see how it works. And then I will do the winding. And also because the air conditioner has kicked off for once, and I want to get some video recorded while it is not operating. So I'm going to switch over to manual mode. Switched over to automatic here, or to stitch regulated mode. And I'm having trouble seeing what I'm doing here. Okay, there we go. That's the first round, and now I need to mark 2 inches on this round also. So, okay, that's better. The first block is always the hardest. Get some of these loose threads out of the way. Okay, and I'm going to go back another 2 inches. Now, as your rounds get smaller, you can decrease the distance between your marks, but I want to do these first couple rounds at 2 inches, and then I'll start going smaller after that. And you can mark these with chalk, a water-soluble marker, an air-soluble marker like I'm using here. That's correct. Okay, that's looking okay. I think at this point I'm going to go a little bit smaller. So let's do 1.5. Okay, that's looking okay. Okay, there we go. I'm thinking maybe one more round, and I'm just going to do these at 1 inch. Okay. There we go. Okay, so there is the yellow big block, and I did have to do some ripping out of stitches, but otherwise I think this will help with the density problem that I was worried about. I think that'll take care of it, and I like the look of that, so I think it's going to be fine. Okay, I'm going to do this square here, and I will adjust the camera. Okay, for this block I just wanted to do a crosshatch. And I'm just going to start at one corner and then work my way around. So I'm going to go from corner to corner. And then the next thing I need to do is to mark my center point, which should be 3 inches if my piecing is good, which looks okay here and here. So let me go. So there's going to be some points where I'm going to have to stop and mark this quilt. But it's not like I'm having to draw all the lines on it. I'm just having to mark dots on it where I want to start and stop. I'm going to backtrack here. And then basically just quilt a square in. Then I'm going to hide my stop and start there in the seam. So there we have that one. Now if I get done with the block and I feel that's not enough quilting in there, I can always come back and put in more lines. But I think at the moment that's going to be okay. And so this is what we have here. Now I'm going to change thread colors. I'm going to go to green, and I'm going to do the swirl fabric, the green fabric. Okay, now I'm ready for the green fabric, and we're going to do a big swirl in here. So let's see what we can do here. So that's all that one needs. So this one will go quick. The others, the two other places, they're going to be more time consuming, and so is the white fabric. So this one is going to be my time saver. The rest are going to take time, and there goes my plan for a quick quilt. It's just not going to go fast. So I hope you can see this. These feathers are big. They're about 2 fingers wide, and they take up the whole space. And I think that's loose enough, and I think that it is about the same density as everything else. So I think this is going to be okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep the white thread in, and I'm going to do all the white in this row. I'm going to do all the feathers, and I'm going to stabilize around the big block because it is just going to need it because there's just so much space there. And I will show you a little bit more detail the further along I get.
Thanks for watching. For more quilting ideas, click on the video links.
And to keep up with my newest projects, click on the subscribe button. I hope to see you again soon.